Hi, this is Pat from Clicks to Marketing doing a review site of Kedal investments. First of all, we'll have a look at an overall look of the design, the current design, and where it's headed, on what we can improve on it. Secondly, we'll visit the search engine optimization and my observations on that, and whether or not any SEO has been done to the site and what can be done, as well as some keyword research that I've already done for you. Thirdly, we'll just look at the action steps to take from this point onwards, what you can do yourself and what you can get a professional to come in and help you with. So here we go, enjoy. Hi, lovely to you. I hope I've pronounced that right. You are on your homepage of your site. Now the first thing I wanted to point out, I think I sent you an email about this, but I wanted to double check and just show you quickly. When you first gave me your email, your website address, I typed it in onto my browser without the www at the front, and I landed on this site, which is clearly not your website. So I don't know if these are the guys you're hosting with or whatnot, but it's definitely not your website. So you should really look into this, redirecting the www and the non-www to the one website, because at the moment it's going to two different sites, and that's potentially a big issue for customers that aren't used to typing necessarily www if they don't want to, I guess. Like, if you go to my site, for example, you can land on it whether or not you type in www at the start. It doesn't really matter. That's because I've redirected both addresses to land on my page. So that's something that you should really look into. Okay, secondly, I see you're using WordPress as a platform, which is great. It's a great platform. I use it myself for my site, and it's very dynamic and it's very easy to maintain, as you would know. I think you're using a theme called Display 1.1, which is a really nice theme. You have these rotating images that I think you're using the stock images at this point, and you notice that this is all above the fold, what I call, as long as you're not scrolling down to look at the page, that's what you call above the fold, in layman's terms. And when I look at your site above the fold, there's no direct call to action for the visitor. So I mean, there's a few lines here about business consulting. Click on these things and you get the little explanation about what you can do. But again, you do provide some information, but you don't provide a call to action. You're not telling the customer what to do once you've given them the information, and then you haven't told them what to do next, whether it is to contact you, whether it is to send you an email, to give you a call. There's no reference down on this page, so it's probably a good idea to do that on each one of these points that you make. I don't know the relationship between welcome and rules for raising capital, but regardless, you're making some really valid points here, and some great information, which is really good. But again, at the end, there's no call to action. Call to action is extremely important online. You need to be constantly telling your customers and your visitors what to do next, how to get in touch with you, or what are the steps to get in touch with you. Secondly, I notice if you scroll further down the screen, you do give some more information on the side, on the front page, but it's not. I mean, I don't have any investment background or business background, so I wouldn't, or capital background. So, but it's not entirely clear to me what you're trying to say on this front page. Your main concern with your front page is to let your customers know how to reach you, what your offer is, what you're offering them, what separates you from other competitors, and why they should be in contact with you. I don't see that on this front page, unfortunately. It's good that you have your picture there, because it's always adds a little bit of trust to have an image and have information about yourself, so that's great. I noticed that you have the information about yourself in the contacts section, which is good and bad. I mean, I would instead I would create a separate tab here to call about us, or about yourself, just to make it a little bit more clear. The contacts tab should just contain all the contact information, and that's pretty much it, and perhaps a contact form. And I also noticed that on the front page you've got a link to another site. Now that's a big no-no in my books, because you're actually pushing your visitors away before they've even done anything. They've landed on your front page and you're pushing them away. The only action they can take on this page, apart from this image, is to go and visit this other site. So, which is unless you own that site, it's not necessarily the best step to take. So that's it as far as the overall look and design of the site. Okay, so just looking at SEO, I can tell relatively easily that there's no SEO done. There's no search engine optimization on the site as per se done whatsoever just yet. So I mean, it wouldn't be too difficult to do. I did a quick check for you. Put your website address into the Google keyword tool and came up with some of these results that you could start ranking for. For example, venture capital Australia would be it gets 880 searches or last month, and it had 1300 searches on average every month. Private venture capital, 480 searches. Venture capital firms, Australia venture capital, things like this. And then I did some more research on my own, and just to localize it a little bit better, and found things like Business Analyst Sydney gets over 8,000 searches, or received over 8,000 searches last month, which would be a great keyword to rank for. For example, Sydney business opportunities might be something that you might be interested in. I'm not 100% sure. Business broker, don't know if that applies to you, but these are other terms that you can perhaps rank for. And for example, you got venture capital Sydney, 210 searches. You might think that's not a lot. 210 searches per month, it's not even worth trying to rank for. But if we go quickly and just check on Google, we can check the amount of pages that actually you'd be competing against for that term. Now there's only 414,000 pages, which sounds like a lot, but what I usually do is I put the keyword in capitals, because that gives me a more realistic result on the search term. So that drops straight away down to 8,000 pages, which is relatively easy to compete against. So if you come up on the first page for that term, you may only have, of those 200 searches, you might get maybe 50 of those landing on your site a month. But from those 50, if you land one client, that might mean the difference between a couple of thousand to tens of thousands, depending on the customer. So it's definitely worth looking into and investing. So I've kept the SEO section quite short because the site at the moment has no SEO. I'd have to do quite an extensive research on and have to consult with yourself as to what you would like to rank for, and then I'll tell you whether or not it's worth ranking for. So that's something we can look into. You can give me a call about. Hi Lorenzo, I hope you enjoyed that quick review of your site. If you have any more questions, I guess the next step for you is to just give me a call or pop me an email. I'm happy to help as much as I can, and help you maybe do some of these things on your own, and then when you're ready to move on to a solid strategy, we can start working on that. So thanks for taking the time to watch the video, and any feedback would be much appreciated. This is Pat from clickstomarketing.com. Thank you.